Good evening, everyone. I am Papa G, and I am a magical practitioner and author in Nashville, Tennessee. I've written over 12 books on folk magic and the occult. And tonight we're going to talk about people who think they're hexed when actually what's happening is they're making some really bad choices and they're choosing to be victims. So, a lot of people come to me and many people my colleagues about they think they have a hex on them. And then when you really get to talking to them and you hear more about their story, there is this string of bad choices that they have made, or it's the way they talk to people or the way they approach people, and they get this backlash and they wonder, "Oh, woe is me, what's going on?" So I had something happen tonight, which has prompted this video. I do light candle altar services for people, both on my website at folkmagicstudio.com and on my Etsy shop for a variety of things: love, money, protection, all sorts of things. You light these, you send in your prayers or petitions, and I light the candles on your behalf and tell you how they burned. Okay, so I had someone order a couple of candles. And, when I reported back to them with the picture, what you do is take a picture when it starts burning. And then when it's finished, I send you a report and tell you how it burned. So let me read a little bit of and this pertains to how we deal with other people and how we feel, because this person thought they were hexed. She said, I ordered two services for unhexing, and I only see one candle. Well, because they had placed two separate orders. Um, let's see. There's what they're saying is they're telling me I've sent them a stock picture. It looks like an old picture. It was about what, an hour old. I don't know how old is old. There's no way of knowing who this candle is. Where's the second picture after it burned? Okay, as I usually do, I reply, if you had read the description, nowhere do I say you're giving an ending picture. It specifically says you're giving the candle picture when it was lit. And they want to know, well, where's my name? I don't see my name. I don't put names on them because I sometimes use these pictures on my Instagram and things like that. I put people's names underneath the dish, the metal dish that, and your petition underneath the candle. And they come back telling me that they think that I'm scamming them, blah blah blah. So I send them one, two, three, four, five pictures of my altar showing all the different burned up, the candle holders. I show an entire dish of dirty ones covered in wax, showing, hey, this I burn candles for people. I'm not sending you a stock picture. And then they start to get really, really nasty. Um, she's like, "Please do not use loudness with me. This is very intimidating. I'm a frequent buyer on Etsy. I don't get a legitimate feeling." And come on, guys, come on here. I put, "How am I supposed to react when you say it's a stock photo and make all sorts of accusations? I've been doing this for 30 years and have written 12 books on folk magic. I'm all over the internet and can be easily researched as to how legitimate I am. Plus, my description is very, very thorough and explains absolutely everything. Um, please don't play the victim with your accusations. I'm beginning to wonder why you think you're hexed." So then they really go off. Um, how dare you insult me? Blah, 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 blah. This is how spiritual workers talk to people. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, you see where I'm going here. What's happening here is what the client should have done was first ask me a question. First said, hey, what's going on with this? I don't understand. But they didn't choose to do that. They chose to come at me. Is this a stock photo? Where's this? What's that? I didn't get what I was expecting, even though I didn't read the description of what I was ordering. Always read the description of what you're ordering. It could be coming from whatever it is, could be coming from Czechoslovakia and not arrive for 14 months. Read the description of what you're ordering. I don't care what it is. So to me, it's this scenario. You walk up and you slap someone. They slap you back. And then you want to cry victim. Oh, how dare you come at me? How dare you hit me? This is what people are doing on the internet all the time these days. This relates to people who feel like they are hexed. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. When you start a conversation pointedly, accusingly, how do you think someone is supposed to come back to that? Another thing when I brought that up is, hello, Jessica. Your descriptions are always on point. I cannot believe how many issues you have with people who can't read. Jessica, hey, a lot of times I want to point them to the Project Literacy website, but I think that might be a little bit rude. I might look up the link later and post it here. Um, but yeah, you can't actually start a conversation with someone and go up and like if I'm calling customer service for anything, I start the conversation with, "Hi, how are you today?" Even if I'm calling to complain about something. So, when someone reacts back to you in a negative way, when you started the negativity, that tells me something about how your interactions are with the general public, how you deal with the people in your lives, how you deal with the people you work with. And then these things begin to snowball. When you react negatively constantly, people feel this off of you. They feel this negativity coming off of you. They don't want to deal with you. They don't want to work with you. Don't want to be in meetings with you. And then all of a sudden you're wondering, why am I not getting the promotion? Why am I not getting a raise? Oh my God, I've been hexed. No, you're an asshole. That is the gist of why most people think they're hexed. Now, I'm not saying hexes aren't real, but I'm saying most of the time when I begin talking to clients and really hearing what's going on is they've jinxed themselves by their own actions, reactions, and behavior. Your behavior means everything. In all scenarios, your behavior will determine whether you are successful, whether you get what you want, and whether people listen to you. So, let's see what else it was. She comes back with, "Who the hell do you think you are? If people come to you and feel victimized because they have legitimate reasons, you are insulting me. Just refund me. Um, you being a spirit worker gives you no right to hurl insults at people who seek your assistance." Who started with the insults, hon? This is known as a chain reaction. This shows how compassionate you are. How compassionate am I supposed to feel when you start a conversation calling me a scam artist and then I'm sending you stock photos? Um, all right. So, you know, I come back with her. Are you being serious? You come at me and attack my work, then get offended when I call you out on it. That's the thing scenario I said earlier. This is the same thing as you slapping someone, they slap you back, and then you start crying, you're the victim. I told him, "You're right, I'm gonna refund you." Um, She put, "Yes, I'm serious. Just because you have 3,000 followers," that's on Etsy. I actually have 17,000 on Facebook, "does not give you the right to question other people's plight. You're stooping low when you're prideful and insulting me. Legitimate spirit workers never speak to anyone like that." All right, let's correct something here. Oh, and then she says, "I also want to clean the darkness in my soul." You are appealing, bragging about how big you are on the internet. You're going to be falling soon. Mind my words. Okay, let's break this down. Um, First, let's discuss real workers don't talk to people like that. Real spiritual workers tell you what you don't want to hear. All the time, I hear how people go to different workers. Yes, he's definitely coming back to you. He's so in love with you, and I do the same reading for them, and the cards show he's already married to someone else. He has a restraining order against you, and you're actually stalking the guy. Yet there's so many readers who will just tell you whatever you want to hear and keep you on the phone. So yes, real spiritual workers will kick you in the ass when you need it. We're not here just to rub your head and make you feel better when you're the one in the wrong. Um, and that's not true all the time, but sometimes it is. Um, she also left me a really nasty review. Maybe I'll get to that. It's really dirty. You're bragging about how big you are on the internet. No. Actually, what I was doing was telling you, you can research me on the internet. You can actually go even right here and see my face. Hey, Richard. Um, you can see my face. You can go to my website. You can see videos. Now, there's so many workers there, especially on Etsy, and you don't see this person's face. You don't even know if they're real. Sandra says, "I don't think they were an asshole. Truly, I think they were just crazy." Well, they could have been crazy. Subjective, isn't it? We're all a little bit crazy. Um, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, yeah. It's first of all, spiritual workers tell you what you don't want to hear sometimes, and it's important to research the person you're working with. Um, so no, I wasn't bragging that I was all over the internet. I'm saying, hey, I know what I'm talking about. I've written 12 books on the subject. You can go look them up on Amazon. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can go find me on the internet. You can see my face in many different angles from many different things saying this is a real person doing real work for you. But yes, I do light candles for people every single day. And no, I don't send you stock photos. Now, some of them, I have wondered sometimes if people think I'm sending duplicate pictures because, hey, there's so many yellow candles or red candles. And let's face it, I'm not gonna throw away my antiques and put up new altars every single day so pictures look different. However, I dare anyone to go find all the yellow candles on my or red or whatever you want on my Instagram and hold them up side by side, and you'll see that the herbs on those candles are not will not line up because they're all different. They're all different singular pictures. So yeah, some may look a little bit the same because I have what 3 altars, and there's only so many colors in the rainbow. So, but topic in hand, we were talking about people feeling like they've been hexed. Um, the first thing to do is to be honest with yourself. Is it really me? Am I making other people uncomfortable? I had a situation. I don't want to go too far into this, where I was doing some volunteer work, and the person, did a lot of micromanaging, a lot of redo it, redo it, redo it, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. So, I'm to the point where, hey, I don't want to do this work anymore. If you want it done your way, you do it. So, and then they think, well, what did I do? Well, hey, it's the way you treat people, it's the way you talk to people. So let's go over here. Let me see. I think I've got a review left on Etsy. Let's look at it because it's really nasty. I'm going to have to respond to it. Reviews. Hmm. Oh, sort by suggested. Let's start by most recent. Here we go. Horrible, nasty man. Beware. Arrogant. Threatened to reverse all the work on me. Okay, let's address that. I did say, because she wanted a refund. I said, I'm going to refund your money and reverse all the work I did. Well, of course, I'm going to reverse the work I did. I'm not going to do work for you, give you your money back, and then let you reap the benefits of it. I canceled that magic out. You're going to come at me. You're going to come after me and my integrity or and the work that I do and demand a refund and then still want the benefits of it. No, hun, it don't work that way. So yeah, I reversed all the work that was done. She put reverse all the work on me, not what I said. Reversing the work, meaning you're not going to get the benefits. Sent a single photo when I actually purchased two candles. You purchased two separate orders and one wasn't done yet. Um, when I asked for a refund, he shamelessly bragged about how big he is on the internet. We've covered that. Very, very conceited man. Then he insults me sarcastically, mentioning my plight. Quote, "This could be why you feel hexed," unquote. Yeah, yeah, the way you act. When he got done lying to me about how well my candle went, how do you know? It burned perfectly well. Very, very sick man whose arrogance has no place on the internet. Well, hun, I'm not going anywhere. I've been here a long time, been doing this 30 years. Get used to it. I hope people wake up and see who he really is. They already know. And right now they're going to know who you are, even though I'm not telling who it is. Threatened to reverse every bit of the work. Yeah, once again, you were refunded. Your soul needs a good cleaning. You've got a big complex because you're all over the internet. Nuts. So, so you go and you order something. Um, you didn't read the description. Jessica, I know who you are. You're not going any. No, I'm not going anywhere. So she orders something. It wasn't what she thought because she didn't read the description. She comes at me with accusations. I come back with pretty much, "How dare you? Here's proof I did the work." Um, and then yeah, here we are. And then of course you end it with a nasty, nasty review. Now this is often what happens when I see this a lot of time in love work, where people want their man back, and they will do all sorts of love work to get him back. And when they finally get him back, they treat him like crap. Well, what happened? What happened is you're not worthy of him. Um, the, guys, the point of this is all of our lives are affected by what we do, what we say, how we treat people, and more so because since the pandemic, how we treat people on the internet who we cannot see. Don't start conversations with accusations, start them with questions. Here, it started with an accusation instead of a question. How it should have gone is you ask a question, then you get a response, which I provided proof the work was done. Um, that wasn't what they wanted to hear. So they went off and off and off and off. And here we are spiraling into a live video. So much easier if you just said, "Hey, I don't quite understand what went on with this." So tell me, is this affected? Have you seen this in your lives before? Is it have you reacted in a way that was just not cool? You should have reacted differently in the beginning, and if you had, things would have been vastly different. Or did someone do something similar to you? Um, People often want to be victims on the internet. They start a fight. The person, argues back, and then they cry victim. I see that a lot. Don't we see it with a lot of Karen videos? Lots of Karens. So yeah, are you really hexed, or is it you? That's the first question to ask. Now, if you think you are really hexed, let's get to magic. If you think you're really hexed and you have done nothing wrong and you have done everything, you react to people the way you should. Yes, which shows that sometimes people get upset and blame others instead of themselves. To me, I see very few hexes. See mainly people who've made bad choices and have treated people badly. And people don't want to have anything to do with them, and they wonder why everything's going bad in their lives. Most of the time, because they brought it on themselves. So, but here's the steps if you've done nothing wrong and you actually think you are hexed, the first thing you would do is take a spiritual bath. Over at Aromagees, we do have something called a 13 herb bath. I think Lucky Mojo has one too. Or you can use just plain hyssop. And what you would do is you would boil the hyssop like you would a tea, strain it, and put it in the bath water. You can also put hyssop in a muslin bag and steep it in the bath water. Now, this isn't a deep bath. You're not going to do a deep one. You're going to do like an ankle length bath because you're going to stand in it. Bring a bowl with you from the kitchen and sort of put it where you can reach it outside the tub. You're going to need two white candles, and you're going to light those on either side of the tub, either on the tub or in the floor. And you would light those. And what you're doing is you're turning the bathtub into a baptismal font. So you're actually stepping through light into the tub. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring the water from the while standing, bring it up over the head and down, and force it off of the body as you bring it down. You're and you do this while you're praying. You do pray while you're doing this, or incantations, or whatever your path is, but you're forcing this hyssop bath off of you. Um, and getting the curse, the vibes, the negativity. You can also do this to banish negativity off of you. Intuitively, you'll know when you're done. Don't let the bath water out yet. You're going to grab the bowl that you set aside and scoop up the bowl of the bath water and set it aside. Then you go ahead, let the water out, towel dry. Some people say air dry. I don't see the point in it. You can towel dry, dry off, blow out the candles. Now you're going to take the bowl of bath water outside and throw it in the direction of the setting sun. You're going to throw it to the west. The reason you do this is because you throw things to the east, the rising sun, to bring things to you. You put them to the setting sun to get things off of you, away from you. If you live in a house, throw it off your property into the neighbor's yard. It's just water, it won't hurt anything. Um, so you would, it's not going to do anything to their yard either. It's just the act of getting it off of you, off of your property. If you live in an apartment complex, people have asked me this before. What if I live in an apartment? Well, each building in an apartment complex, if you were to space them out and really look at the way they're structured, each one in your mind would have a logical yard that would surround each building, each unit. So go to the edge of that and throw it off what is the yard of that apartment building. And usually that does wonders. It's a simple thing. It's two white candles, a bowl from your kitchen, an ankle length bath water, and some hyssop. and your prayers and your intentions. So that is the first step if you feel you've truly been hexed and how to remove it. So if it's you and not a real hex, just be nicer to people. And by all means, read the directions of everything you order before you complain about it. I hope this was entertaining and helpful at the end of at least how to do an unhexing bath. But be kind to people on the internet. Be kind to your spiritual workers. I'm out here lighting candles for people every single day, saying their prayers, lighting their candles, taking the pictures. We're doing the reports. Um, don't be abusing spiritual workers. And yes, for anyone who's wondering, all spiritual workers are not light workers. Some of us, when you need it, will kick you in the spiritual ass if that's what you're needing for the day. You'll be surprised at how many people come to me because my readings are to the point. I will tell you what you don't want to hear if it comes up. And yeah, there's sometimes I've had to tell people, get real. You're the one who caused this problem. Now you got to fix it. So you're not going to get all the love and light from me unless the cards show all love and light. I'll tell you that too. If any of you ever want to book an appointment with me, I'm at folkmagicstudio.com. I do that because I actually have a chapel studio and I do folk magic. Hey, I'm working on wrapping up my next book, which is Papa G's Little Book of Candle Magic. The only thing I have to do left is finish writing all the spells that go in it. The rest of the book is done. As everyone knows, I do self publish. I like to be in control of it and keep all the profit. Um, so I should probably have it out sometime, probably late February. I've already got the cover designed, everything. And then I'm going to start working on a series of smaller booklets on singular topics. If you have any ideas, shoot me a message. Here, I want to learn about this or something. Um, may do some on gods and goddesses. Just 30, 40 pages. I'd like to get into doing some booklets before doing the next big book. So Richard, yes, candle magic is good. I cover a lot in this candle magic book. We talk about candle magic, fire magic, smoke magic, how to read the candles in the wax, how to read the glass, how to divine with like smoke and ashes, all things fire, all things candle. So I guess until someone gives me a reason to get all riled up, I'll try to think of another reason to do a video soon. So thank you for coming in and watching. I'll see you later and be nice out there. Bye bye.